Hello and welcome to another episode of Quick Expert Reviews. Today we've got the Samsung Galaxy A15 5G. We're going to start with the unboxing as usual. This is a retail unit, so it's not a review unit or anything like that. So in the box we've got a Type-C to Type-C cable, some weird cardboard insert that I'm not really sure what it is, and 5 tons of paperwork, unfortunately. So yeah, we could save some trees putting in a PDF on a phone or something, and a pin to open the phone itself. So the handset itself looks and feels really premium. We've got a fingerprint sensor on the side, 3 camera units on the back. So you've got the spec on the right hand side, top to bottom. Then we've got the LED flash. We've got the microphone on the very top. We've got the SIM card and memory card tray on the side. Let's take a picture. So on one side you've got a SIM tray, and on the other you've got the memory card or second SIM card tray. You've got this nice foil on the side, and then you've got the headphone jack, something really unseen in 2023-2024, Type-C, and a one single monotone speaker speaker on the bottom, and a front-facing camera. I really dig that blue color. Really looks nice. And I do actually like the design of the device itself. It feels so much better than the A14. So we're going to go into the settings themselves just to have a look at what we are actually running on. So we are running on download and install. Let's double check. Latest One UI 6.0, Android 14 with a security patch level of November 2023. So latest Android, latest One UI. On these handsets, I believe you got 6.1 on the S24 family of phones. 128 gigs of storage, 4 gigs of RAM, and there's a couple of cool features. So we've got the auto optimization, which automatically restarts the phone. I would highly recommend setting it for a schedule, not when it wants to, purely because you don't want the phone to restart while you're using it. I'm just kidding, but yeah, it sometimes might restart in your pocket. And the maintenance mode, one of the things I've recently used with my Fold 4. So if you put it in the maintenance mode and you need to leave the phone for repairs, the repair technicians don't have access to your personal data, but they do have access to your phone, so they can download all the logs and check the phone while it's in for repairs. Then we're going to go into the Samsung Labs. So mandatory really to turn on multi-window for all the apps, and then the dark mode apps. So what it does is, even if you've got a light mode set on your phone, you can then turn dark modes for specific apps, like in this, like YouTube in this scenario. Side button. So by default, if you double tap it, it turns on the camera. However, you can change that. You can just get out of the camera. You can change that so it's either Samsung Wallet, or you can even set it up as Google Pay, which is how I've got it set up on my Samsung devices. So it doesn't have to be a camera, it can be anything else. Multi-window, so basically allows you to open multi-window, but there's an easier way to do that. I'll show you in a second. Pop-up view, that's quite useful, so you can slide from the left or from the right and make the window of the apps you're actually using currently slightly smaller. And full screen in split screen view means that it removes the borders on top and on the bottom, which again is quite useful. Motions and gestures, so you've got lift to wake, so the phone is switched off and you just lift the phone off your desk, it's gonna light up and it can be unlocked with your face or with a fingerprint sensor. I'll focus on that in a second. On the fingerprint sensor and face unlock, double tap to turn on and off the screen. I know you sometimes ask me in the reviews if it's available. It is available, so you can double tap the screen to light it up, and you can double tap the screen to switch it off. For some reason, Samsung Wallet has been turned on. I'm not a big fan of Samsung Wallet, to be honest. Basically just doesn't work with my bank. That's the only reason. One-handed mode, so you can use it as a gesture or as a button. Because I've got gesture-based navigation of the system, of the phone itself, you need a gesture. So you basically swipe down with your finger on the bottom of the screen, and you can use it one-handed. So if you need to reach the notification panel, it's slightly easier with one-handed mode. Dual Messenger allows you to use two WhatsApps, two Facebook messengers, two Facebook accounts, and stuff like that. I haven't tested any other app really. I've tried with Telegram, didn't work, unfortunately. Okay, and now we are going to move into split screen mode. So any app really, as long as you turn it on, allows you to use two apps simultaneously. Difficult word. So if you want to watch something on the bottom of the screen and then you want to do something on the top of the screen, you can do that. So for example, check the score of the game you wish to watch and watch a game that you actually want to watch. You can do that, which is quite useful really. Or if you quickly need to use a calculator. In terms of the device security itself, we've got PIN, password, pattern, swipe, nothing, face and fingerprint. So now we're going to test how fast these are. So with a fingerprint sensor, bam, and we're in. So you can set it up so it automatically unlocks the phone and goes into the main menu, the main home screen, or you can set it up so it stays on the lock screen but the phone is unlocked. And now yeah, works pretty fast, works pretty well, to be honest. And then if you'd like to, on the lock screen itself, you can set up widgets, for example. So you've got music, weather, for example, today's schedule, so it shows you what sort of agenda you've got for the day. Actually quite useful. In terms of the display itself, we do have an eye comfort mode. We've got the vivid or natural mode as well, and we do have a dark mode and a light mode as well for the phone itself. We can change the smoothness of the screen, so we've got by default 60 Hz, but you can turn it up to 90 if you leave it on fluid. We can adjust the size of the font and turn it into easy mode. So if you're thinking about buying the phone for senior members of your family or for your kids, you can just set it up so it just shows you the recent contacts. In terms of navigation bar, again, like I said, I use gestures, but you can use buttons as well if you're old school. That's how Android really started, with the buttons back, home and recent. I do prefer to use gestures, it's just easier this way. Edge panels, which I did show you previously, you can adjust what you want on the edge panels. So not only apps, you can do smart select, for example, and weather, which is my default setup really. So whenever I want to take a screenshot of something, I just click rectangle and you can do it one-handed. Because normally if you want to take a screenshot, is volume down and power. But if you've got a shortcut to a screenshot in your edge panels, it's just slightly easier really. Absolutely lovely weather in Manchester today. You can obviously adjust the handle for your edge panels as well, the size, the color. Yeah, very highly customizable. Now we're gonna move on to sounds and vibration. As far as I remember, Dolby Atmos is available, yes, but only through the headphones. So you have to connect headphones. The good news is it doesn't matter if they are wired headphones or Bluetooth headphones, it works with any headphones really. But unfortunately you do need headphones. Modes and routines, so allows you to automate some of this stuff you are doing. So for example, you can set up the phone for sleep mode, so it turns off all the notifications when you're going to bed and stuff like that. I, for example, have it set up in a way where if I connect it to a Bluetooth in my car, it automatically opens up YouTube Music, so you can configure it to your liking. Connected devices, so we've got call and text on the devices. If you've got, for example, a Samsung tablet, you can answer your phone calls on a Samsung tablet. And continuity works with Samsung Browser and Samsung Notes. So whatever you're doing on your phone, you can carry on doing on your tablet. Then we've got Android Auto, Galaxy Wearable, and Smart Things if you've got a smart fridge or a smart Hoover. And then connections wise, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, obviously as standard, NFC, which we would need for Google Pay or Samsung Pay anyway, and then VPN, private DNS, and if you want to, you do have USB on the go, so you can connect a pen drive, you can connect Ethernet cable, and so on. In terms of pre-installed apps, not that many, and obviously if you want to, you can just get rid of them. You do get 128 gigs of internal storage. However, if you'd like to, you can expand it and you can get rid of most of the apps anyway. So luckily it's not that bloated as such. The gaming hub, the global goals, Samsung free, you can get rid of these apps if you want to. So now we're gonna go into the camera itself. So the camera itself, as you've seen the specs at the beginning of the video, 12 megapixels, 50 megapixels. In terms of the settings themselves, we've got a night mode, which I will show you some samples of after the camera this camera settings I've showed you. It does a pretty decent job. We've got a fun mode, which is done in partnership with Snapchat, so you've got some fun filters if you want to use them. They mainly require your face to be used. And then we've got a portrait mode. Again, the quality of the picture, the samples will be after I've showed you the settings of the camera and also in the video description. So if you want to download the files themselves, they will be uploaded in the full resolution. Then you can do a zoom if you'd like to. You've got double zoom or 2x zoom, as some people say, and up to 10, but 10 is fully digital. To be honest, not a huge fan of the picture quality, which you can obviously decide by yourself when it comes to slightly zoomed photos, but when it comes to the standard wide camera, it does a decent job. Camera, in terms of video recording, unfortunately, just full HD and only 1080p as well. So yeah, not great considering the price of the handset. You might get some better specs from the competition. I've seen phones recording in 4K that are worth a similar price, which is £200. But at least you get the software updates and the reliability of a Samsung phone with these. We do have a Pro mode, which allows us to adjust the focus manually, the white balance manually, exposure value, shutter speed, ISO. So you do get that built into the phone itself, but if you'd like to, you can use open camera, for example, if it makes it easier for you. We can also adjust contrast, color, saturation, highlights while you are taking the picture in the Pro mode. So it's always nice to have that built into the default camera app. But as it is an Android, you can obviously use, well, Android, iOS as well, but you can use any app you want really. Then we move on to more modes. So we've got a panorama, food, night mode, and then we've got the slow motion video. Unfortunately, I can't really tell what is the resolution of the slow motion video. I guess it's either 480 or 720p, but I can't really tell because even when I've downloaded the file on my PC or on my phone, it just doesn't have any data really in regards to that. We do have a scene optimizer. We've got the swipe shutter button as well, so if you'd like to, you can swipe the shutter button so it takes a GIF. You can set up a watermark as well if you'd like to. It can be the default A15 5G, or you can actually edit it and put something else you like for example, I'm going to put quick expert reviews, or just to make it easier, quick exp rev. And then you can just mark it down and it shows in the bottom left corner together with the date and time. But obviously you can turn it off individually, all of them. And high efficient pictures, so you can save the pictures in HAVE mode, well, file. Same applies to videos, just do remember not all the apps support these, but they do take less of your storage space. Settings to keep, so whenever you, for example, turn it into filters, by default the filters are saved when you reopen the camera. Then when it comes to shooting methods, you can use the volume up and volume down, for example, to act as a shutter button, or it can act as a zoom in, zoom out button as well, for example. And you can turn off the fun filters as well if you don't plan on using them. Now we're gonna look into the pictures quality, 12 megapixel, 50 megapixel, and so on. And after that, like I did mention, you do have access to full files as well in the video description. But after that, we're gonna go into gaming on the A15, and then we're gonna check the speaker quality and screen quality. So in terms of gaming itself, I am testing Asphalt 9. However, I have made a dedicated video to gaming on the A15 5G. So if you'd like to check that out, the link is in the video description, but also top right corner. And I'm testing quite a few games over there: Call of Duty Mobile, Genshin Impact, Minecraft, anything I really thought potentially might be quite demanding for the phone itself, while also showing how it runs on the handset itself. If there are any games or titles you want me to check, let me know either on this video or on the, like I said, the other gaming dedicated video, and I will do that for you. I have to admit, overall I'm really impressed with the handset itself. Great battery life, about 6 hours screen on time. Charge is quite fast as well. Decent handset itself. Yep, I would highly recommend the A15 5G. Cheers for watching. Bye!